Hi, my name is Ken, and I help small creators in the self-improvement space make easy and unique cinematic videos for their personal brand. Today I'm going to be sharing how to script your next talking head video by tonight. Let's get it. In this video, we're going to be going through how to use a prompt, how to write an intro, how to write a script using dot points, how to cut and trim your script, how to mix and merge your sentences, how to write screenplay shots, and how to use checklists for efficiency. First off, we're going to start with our prompt. You always need a prompt for all of your content. In any video idea or any script that you have, there must have a heading or some sort of topic that you have to go through. To make it very simple for you, a prompt can be an idea, a quote, a topic, or a hook. I like to format my prompts as hooks so I can say it out loud for my intro. So the very first thing you need to put into your script is your heading, which is your prompt. And the video ideas behind your prompt should be so good you can use it for your titles on your YouTube channel. So for this video, the one that you're watching right now, this is what the prompt is. Need to script your next self-improvement video ASAP? Here's how to complete it by tonight. That's literally the prompt that I came up with. And I put it in one of the Notion features, which is called So once you have your prompt, you want to write your word for word intro. Start scripting with an intro that establishes who you are. This obviously depends on your brand. If you're positioning yourself as a mentor or an educator, then it's going to be a very different intro to someone who is documenting their self-improvement journey. And if you're doing both like I am, then there's obviously going to be very different intros. So I do this by describing what I do. You just saw it like 20 seconds ago. And if you're an educator like me, you can do the exact same cold introduction to help establish your credibility and authority in the space. On the other hand, if you're documenting your self-improvement journey, then just read out your prompt as your first line. So script your intro word by word because it's easier to do that rather than coming up with dot points and improvising when you speak on camera. We do this because it consciously brings the topic to mind. When you read the script word by word and say it on camera because you memorized it, you immerse yourself psychologically into the video topic, into the prompt or whatever you're talking about. Your mind is completely there once you've read the intro out. With a proper intro, it becomes easier to write the rest of your video, which you're going to write using dot points. So you're going to continue using dot points because this is the most efficient way possible to script your entire self-improvement video. If you're not comfortable speaking using dot points, that's amazing. Great. Because being authentic on camera isn't supposed to be comfortable at first. You have to be uncomfortable in order to get comfortable. I think you know that concept already. So the more you learn these skills in the uncomfort zone, you get comfortable with rambling. The more you get comfortable with rambling, the easier filming yourself gets. And the more you get comfortable with rambling on camera, the easier it is to film yourself. So before I continue, don't be nervous with talking using dot points, alright? Just ramble on. It's okay. You will learn to improve. Start by spamming as many dot points as you can. Like I'm being really serious here. Just spam as many points as you can on top of your head. It should be like a journal. I'm pretty sure all of you guys do journals, so do it like that. Afterwards, you want to skim through the entire script to see if you can add more. Because more actually means higher value, which is great. By the end of your scripting process, you should have a shit ton of dot points ready. But if you want to learn step by step how to write authentic dot point scripts and word for word scripts, you can join me inside my school community where you can get access to this writing course, which is in the link below for more details, which is in the link in the description below. After adding as much value as possible to your script, you want to cut and trim your script. We do this by removing any fluff, quote unquote. Fluff basically refers to points that don't add any real value to your video. So what you want to do is to skim through all of your dot points and look for these types of fluffs. If you're not sure about removing a point, this is the key question to ask yourself. If I remove this, will my video change? If your answer to this question is no, then you can remove it because it's not important at all. At that point, it doesn't make your content any better or any worse. Matter of fact, it actually probably makes it worse because, it's just wasting your audience's time. If your answer is yes, however, you should definitely keep the point in. That's how you distinguish between a point that's valuable and not valuable. I also like to trim my dot points to fit one line. So in my Notion pages where I script my videos, one dot point should be short and simple so it's easy to read and speak out loud on camera. Because if it's like a full sentence on one dot point, then it's very confusing. I want to make it as easy as possible for you to read it, speak it, repeat. Now, the next step is to mix and merge. If you're really not sure to remove one point or another point, then keep it in. What I do actually is to merge two or more short points together. Your points are going to be short regardless, right? I just told you to keep it short and concise. But if you're just not sure to remove a point or not, you can merge it with the one above or the one below. Three semi-important points that you're not sure about removing or not can be combined into one single very important point. Therefore, you combine your sentences together and avoid overcomplicating everything. It does take some writing skills and it takes time to get used to, but it's worth it. This will actually avoid you from rambling on into irrelevant points that don't, relate to your topic or prompt. And don't forget to trim your merged sentences because it's going to be long, right, when you combine sentences together. Remember to keep it simple, right? Next up is screenplay. If you're into cinematics like me and my other community members are, you can plan some shots of yourself. I like to do this by writing checkboxes inside my script and coloring them blue. Each and every checkbox is basically a little description of what type of shot I want to take. But if you are starting out, write shots that visualize your talking points. And a good tip for those of you who are starting out, write shots that visualizes your talking points. This makes your video 10 times more engaging rather than using a raw talking head clip like everyone else does. And it doesn't even have to be like fast-paced high dopamine edits. All you need is a few shots of yourself to add on top of your talking head clip, and that's it. Your video is like 10 times more engaging. And the best part is you stand out because of your unique style of content and every other self-improvement creator out there. You can also save all of your shots that you take inside folders or USBs so that you can reuse them and recycle them for future content. It's called B-roll recycling. Now, for example, for a video on meditation, write some screenplay like room, medium shot, meditating on floor. This will help visualize what you are talking about and, support that visual engagement for your audience. Instead of just rambling it on camera, it's kind of hard for some audiences to understand what you're truly saying. I have a few videos where I dive into this with visual storytelling, which you can also check out on my channel. The next part is using checklists for efficiency. So for every video you make, you want to use checklists for scripting, filming, and editing. These are pretty much the main three you're going to use anyways. So I write writing, filming, and editing. These are my checklists right here. Each checklist should act as must-dos or reminders. So at the very top of your script, you should have these types of checklists written down, ready to go. For example, one of my scripting checklists, or writing, it says simple flow points, which is the second one here, right? Because I want to actually make my videos flow like a story. Even these educational videos, I want to make them flow. Another example is for my editing checklist, they say remove unimportant points. And I wrote this down because I always forget to cut out any fluff during the editing process. And then when I finish it, I just tick them off and that's it. Once again, you obviously want to keep your checklist short and simple. Very, very short and simple. You should look at it and say, okay, I need an authority intro. I need to establish my authority. Cool. I need to make flow points. Cool. Write that down. Even for filming and editing as well, not just for scripting. But if you're struggling to come up with original and authentic ideas for your personal brand, I'm inviting you to join me inside my school community. It's a place where small self-improvement content creators like us can connect with each other through the group forum and the Q&A calls. Inside these Q&A calls, we do interviews, weekly check-ins, accountability partners, share tips and advice and strategies, and a ton of other insights. I do this because my main mission is to help you create videos that tell an authentic story to people who need it the most. Inside the group, I will teach you all the steps and systems you will need to create easy and unique cinematic videos consistently for your personal brand. And the best part is you don't even need to use fancy cameras and expensive gear. iPhones qualify, baby. Let's go. We also have a ton of other stuff that's waiting for you inside, so you can click the link in the description for more details.